everyone! You might have noticed that I haven't been posting the last days, and that is because I have been extremely busy. I have tried to make a post, English, but afterwards I always listen to them, so I make sure that it is okay to post. And I thought it boring myself, so I didn't post it. I try to give some information about some things, and I think I tried too hard this time. So I will just talk about the stuff that I wanted to talk about, but just leave out try to leave out the boring stuff. um, I wanted to tell you about why I chose my name to be, or the name of the channel to be, Idunn. Well, I have to start with where the name comes from. The name Idunn comes from Scandinavian origins. It's a Scandinavian goddess, so from the North Pantheon. And hello, this is Bragi. This is also named after a Norse god. And, not a coincidence, Bragi and Idunn are husband and wife. Bragi is also the son of Odin and probably of Frigg, Odin's primal or most known wife, actually, or his official wife. Let us say it like that. Bragi is a poet, good with words, and a wise person also, or a wise god. Well, my green cheek conure is not always that talkative, but he does speak one word already, or is it really a word? It is kickboo. So that's something he says already. But every other aspect is not totally related to Bragi the god. Anyhow, the wife of Bragi, Idunn, is the Scandinavian keeper of the apples of youth. Idunn grants you the apple of eternal youth, and thereby you have to, or the gods had to stay very positive with her, because if they if Idunn didn't like you, you couldn't get an apple like that. So and you grew old and stuff like that. One time, Loki, of course, who else? Stole Idunn away from the gods, and the gods realized they grew old, and they had to find her back. There's a whole story about it in Norse mythology. Anyhow, I also wanted to point out that you might think of some connection from a much newer religion. And then we talk about one of the biggest religions in the world at this time, and that is Christianity. Because in Christianity, there is the place that is called Eden, and Idunn and Eden sound very similar. Also, the meaning, like Eden is the place where the tree stands that also gives the apples, and you cannot touch them if you're not allowed. Like Eve was not allowed, but she did, and she went punished, and la la la. Anyhow, the apple is also similar with the story of Idunn. And that makes me think that there is probably a connection. Not that early Christianity took their inspiration from Nordic mythology, but that in far earlier times there were already stories about apples and the meaning of them, and also a name that resembled Idunn and Eden. Something in that area already existed for the keeper of apples. and the two religions adopted them their own way. Like language also changes through the years and it develops in different languages. I think that with some origin stories and stories in mythology and religion are related the same way as language is. So that is what I wanted to say. In my previous video I tried to make, I put it in some dates and other the languages and stuff like that, but that's so very boring. Anyhow, if you don't think so, I can always do post the video, but I'm just making a new one for this time. So you might no, I'm not going to tell that because it's for another video. Anyhow, the things I want to blah 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 blah. Wow, I have trouble today. You know, I have trouble today. I've been working very hard in the garden, and I have also worked today 8-hour shift with 1.5 extra hour because I always have more work than I have time. So I have actually worked already 9.5 hours at work. So that's why I am a little confused. Anyhow, back to the topic. So what I was saying, that I think there is a connection between the religions and the fact that the pronunciation of the names Idunn and Eden are so similar. And also the meaning and the thing with the apple is quite similar. And with that, it is more early on grew from the same story actually. With that, I want to make actually the connection that also humanity is actually has a same origin, and that is something we sometimes forget. Like the theory with languages, you also have the theory that there are even older civilizations that learn this stuff. And with the stories also, I think that they are all connected. There are many stories in many different religions that have like a little bit the same line in the story, and then we are not talking about what the story wants to tell you, but really the story itself is very similar. You have many stories like that, so I think that it all comes from a same basis. Like we also have already scientific proof that humanity all comes from a same point, and that is also a thing that I want to tell people, or that I want to share with people, that it is very important that to know and to remember that in fact we all have the same origin, we all are the same, although we are all unique in our own ways. In base, we are all the same. Everyone is born good, everyone can make mistakes, everyone has flaws and talents, and that counts for you, that counts for the people close to you, and that also counts for the people that you might not really like or that you don't know yet. So that's really actually the thought of being open-minded towards other people, no matter their religion, no matter their beliefs, their culture, the color of their skin even. It does not matter. They all come from the same base, and the same base as you, and they are at the same time all unique. You are unique. and everyone has a place in this world, also has the you're distracting me, what was I saying? You're so distractive. Okay, everyone deserves to be here. That's what I was going to say. And yeah, what did you do? Why did you do that? Stupid bird. You're so stupid. You're so stupid. You're so stupid. Stupid bird. No, you're cute. Anyhow, so what was I saying? Everyone deserves to be here, and everyone deserves a chance, and also a chance to be happy. And the thing that before you can accept others, you have to accept yourself. You have to accept your own flaws, but you also have to accept that you do have talents, because sometimes that is something that we forget to think about, especially with low things like low self-esteem. We do, each of us, have a really good talent, and often you can start with your flaws. If you have a hard time recognizing your talents, you can start with your flaws and think about a talent that is actually just a bit less of your flaw, because all flaws are actually too much of a talent. Too much of something can be bad, and that is actually what our flaws are. And to make it easier for yourself to think about what your talents actually are, you can start with your flaws and then think about what it is that you are overdoing that is actually a good thing. And so you can connect better with those talents you have. Because the fact that you're overdoing it, it means that it's totally you. It is something you're good at. It is a talent you have. You have a little bit too much of it, but that's okay. You can base it a little bit, just a little bit, and then it is a good thing. It is a happy thing. And in that way, you can accept yourself, you can accept your flaws, because your flaw is actually a good thing that you do too much. And you can recognize and accept your talents, because you have found your talents by breaking down actually your flaws. So yeah, that's the theory, that are theories that I wanted to share with you today. I hope you will have something on you can do something with it, and it helps you to really be happy, because like I said, everyone deserves to be happy. Everyone deserves that chance to fight for themselves, and to develop a way of living that is really worth it. um, every day it can be a new good day. It can also be a hard day, but hey, you always have the next day. Maybe that one's better. So just keep going, keep growing, and you remember that healing starts with you.